Welcome back for part 2, Chixtape 3. We're here to cover the last half of this mixtape, and after that, end it there, give you guys my final thoughts on Chixtape 3, as well as my personal highlights from this mixtape. But I don't think there will be too much. I'm not a big fan of this tape, just letting y'all know. I think it's probably the worst out of the series. So that actually might be my final thought right there. So let's go ahead and play track number 7, Niggas Talk.
Nah, that's what the fuck you call my phone for, my nigga.
Yo, Fargo. Yo, Fargo.
What's good, man?
Yo, I got some news for you, bro. You're not gonna believe this shit, my nigga.
What the fuck you got to say to me, man?
Alright, so you remember Tashona, right? Remember that one joint I was riding and down? Yeah, that
Man,
one.
get to the motherfucking point, man.
Yeah,
Fuck,
man.
man.
Chill. Alright, so she be hanging with Jaleesa, right?
Yeah, I'm
Jaleesa friend with Keisha. Keisha found out that she was fucking with Jaleesa.
Where you going with this shit?
Basically, they trying to set you up, my brother. I'm trying to keep it G with you. You part of the brotherhood.
That's what the fuck you call my phone for, my
Hey,
nigga.
don't shoot down a messenger, my nigga. I'm just trying to be a good Samaritan and tell your ass I could be a fuck nigga right now, my nigga. I'm not telling you
Man,
nothing.
appreciate it, man.
Shit. What you need to do, my nigga, is go outside, nigga, get a bitch, nigga, get something, nigga, go cheat or something. The keys is saying that fucked out.
Yeah, neither is this mixtape, nigga. Let's move on to the first song coming up. Track number 8, SMN.
I called you on your phone. I called you on your phone. I called you on your phone. I called you on your phone.
Kinda shady, ain't calling me baby. Why the sudden change? Say, baby, I love you. You ain't running.
I called you on your phone. You sent my shit to message. This can't be what you're on. I knew something was wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I to creep up to your home. Even the neighbors will say that lately.
You acting kinda shady.
Girl, you think you're slick, but no. Call my phone up just to tell me that.
No one is around you.
Girl, that's a damn shame. I had to call, say, what's up with your day? Tremble in your voice, heard that tremble in your gaze. Every single word seems to hit a nerve, 'cause you keep saying, can't want to say my fucking name. Say my fucking name. Say my fucking name. Where you at and who you with? Open up, I'm at your crib, girl. You better tell me where you at, you say. But I just called up Keisha and Lisa, saying that they ain't even seen you. Better tell me where you are. Why could you be inside if you was just riding?
Wait, hold the fuck up. Who's that in the back?
Girl, I know you lying. You should quit while you were ahead instead of arguing and wilding. I can see. Say my fucking name. Say my fucking name. Say my name. Say my fucking
So this is what I'm hoping I'm banking on. And if he did it like this, it's an interesting song because it feels like he's tackling two different people. it's funny. The more and more I listen to Tory Lanez kind of really singing without autotune, the more I kind of wish he sing with it. Because sometimes he can really hit notes organically that just rings in a unique way that kind of gets your attention, you know what I mean? I feel like he relies heavily and way too much on autotune to really sing when he doesn't need it that much. I think this is a great song. It really is, especially when you're feeling pissed. You could truly understand what Tory's feeling right here and the emotions that he's going through. I also think this is a potentially unique song because I think the two verses, he's tackling two different girls. I feel like the first verse is targeted towards Keisha and the second song is targeted towards Jalissa, because he's probably trying to get to the bottom of this and trying to figure out what these two are doing. Because the skit, if you think about it, kind of gives you a hint about that, where the dude is telling Tory, and Jalissa heard a word about you being with Keisha, and basically he thinks that, or like he was telling him that these two are gonna set you up. So obviously Tory's trying to really get the truth out of what's going on. He's talking to Keisha. Keisha ain't really saying nothing, just like he said, giving him attitude, saying huh every time he talks. And in the second verse, he's trying to look for Jalissa, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Did you tell Keisha something? What's up with this? You made her switch up or some shit. Did you tell her? Like, that's what he's trying to get to. Like, what did you tell her? Because now she ain't cool with me no more. And we was really cool with each other like that, down to earth. So he's trying to figure out what trifling shit Jalissa did. But Jalissa ain't nowhere to find out. So basically, that's where this whole song is. The only thing is just, like, I dig the whole song and the vibe. And it's dope. The sample's cool, but you know, it's just, I'm like trying to connect. The only thing that doesn't feel like it's connecting is the whole point of the, you know, the title of the song and the hook, Say My Name. It's like, I kind of get it. If it's like it's kind of like a reach, to be honest with you. It feels like it's a reach because he's trying to like compare the analogy of you trying to say my name as like, keep it 100 with me, keep it truthful. Like, look me in the eyes, say my name and tell me the truth kind of thing. That's what it feels like. Like, don't treat me like a nobody name. Say my name, who I am, and all that. It feels like it's kind of a reach. So, like, him just saying, say my name, you know what I mean? It's just basically copying the whole samples hook, you know what I mean? So, like, that's the only thing I feel like that's just kind of off. But other than that, though, this song's actually well written, and I like the way he's targeted, especially if that's how he's doing it, where he's targeting Keisha on the first verse and Jalissa in the second. If that's the case, that's a fucking genius move. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've always kind of been paying attention to that because he mentioned Keisha and Tisha's name in the second verse, so you know for a fact he's not talking to Keisha when he's rapping this. So I think that's pretty cool. And plus, this really gives me strong vibes and like let me retract that. This really reminds me of the way TLC is structured on Chixtape 2. Just the way how like you kind of have a build up. But TLC was a bit more faster, and I feel like SM kind of took a little longer to really, or focus more on the build-up and extend that out longer to get to the whole point of the song. But I do like the way it started off, where it's like, you call me on my phone, and then you hear the sample chopped, and he did it like 3 times. I think that's really where it is. I feel like it should have been like, where you heard the chords came in, it should have been like half the time of that. Like, you hear the chords come in, goes then it should have been like, won't you tell me nah. Then sample comes in, and then after that, boom, he says this line again. I feel like that's where they messed up. Is probably they did that like a little too long. So I feel like the build-up was way too long, and if they would have cut that in half and then boom, like brought the whole first verse where Tory started right there together, which is essentially like eliminating like maybe 10 seconds, and this song would be like, I don't know, 3:30. I feel like that's when this song would be solid. But like, that build up always throws me off when I first hear it. It's just like, come on man, hurry it up, get to the point. I want to get to the first verse. But like I said, this is a really dope song, and I respect that, especially if it's really what Tory's really trying to go for. I'm not trying to speak and say this is what he's doing, but this is what I perceive is what he's doing, and he's basically targeting 2 different verses towards 2 different girls in this case, and that's pretty dope. So I like that. But like I said, this song, like the reason, and I'll get into why I think Chixtape 3 is the worst, in spite of it really having some dope tracks, don't get me wrong. they're not bad, they're not trash songs, but just trying to follow through with it, it ain't the same as like when you follow through 2, 4, or even a well played, well mastered version of Chixtape 5, which I think really does a great job of following, you know, from beginning to end. Just as good as, almost as good as I Told You and Conflicts of My Soul, in my opinion. When it comes to storytelling and skits, Tory really does it to a phenomenal level. He goes to the extra level and he really kills it. That's why, to me, I will always love Conflicts of My Soul and I Told You, and at the same time, you know, I gotta give respect to Chixtape 5. But more on that later on when we cover that 2 episodes down the road. Back to 3, like I said, I just don't feel the structure as well when it comes to the songs supporting really the whole story thing, until really when we get to this point. So like songs like Juvenile Freestyle kind of throws me off a little bit. I'm not sure that that song truly belonged on there, and I feel like that song should have never been on there, in my opinion. But no, I like the way this flows. It's just, maybe he could have added a couple more songs, kept the story a little more interesting, because Keisha was a big deal to him. I mean, he talked about how he almost got Keisha pregnant, and he also mentioned her about her again, which I believe was in I Told You, where forced her to have an abortion 3 times. So like Keisha's a big, you know, I'm just naming her. Like, it may not be her real name, maybe it is, but whoever that person is, a huge factor and role in Tory's life. And if Keisha's being brought up here again and this tape's about her, I feel like you should definitely dedicate more time to her, and this should have been a little bit longer. I think 14, you can't go wrong with 14 tracks. But no, like, don't get me wrong, he's always made Chixtapes short, with the exception of 5. They're usually not that long, so I can't really knock him on that. He's just trying to get a short tape out there free for the folks, so you know, you can never go wrong. So I'm not gonna complain and ask for too much tracks. I'm glad that he's actually giving out free shit, you know, for the fan base and for anyone who wants to listen to his music. Crazy I said all that in one spat, but yeah, that includes my final thoughts. But let's get to track number 9, You Got It Worse.
walked around it one more time. After all that, she didn't get it once again.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, for the longest of time, and I guess even now, like, to me, this doesn't really feel like us. Just like how I feel about Juvenile Freestyle. I feel like this song's, there's nothing that's unique about this. It's just basically, You Got It Bad with a 20 teens mix to it. You know what I mean? Like, just all you did was slap the 808 to it, and that was it. And to me, the song just doesn't feel unique too much to me, man. It's just all you did was add 808s, hi-hats, and that's it. Nothing cool, no flips, no nothing. Like, and trust me, like, usually with the sampling and chopping, they're good with this. You already saw this with SMN. Like I said, the only thing that was trippy about the whole song was just the build-up was too long. Other than that, that's a great song. You know, You Don't Know My Name was kind of like the same thing. A couple issues with the product where, like, I feel like it started off dope, great, but then they just, I feel like it got extended a little too long. Like, it should have been a minute shorter. Like, like, I felt like it was just an extra verse was added when it didn't need to be added. I'm cool with the fade out, you know what I mean? Just don't make it too long. I would say, like, if they would have hit the 4-minute mark on that instead of 5 minutes and 45 seconds, that song would have been dope. Don't get me wrong, and I like Tory making his dope songs long, but I feel like for that song to really garner my full attention from beginning to end, I think that's would have been the best thing. And trust me, like, Tory knows how to make songs that gets my attention like that. So, but I just feel like there it was lacking. But back to this song, lyrically though, it's one of those songs where, like I said, like, lyrically he's on point. There's nothing off about anything here. Like, the storytelling is dope. The only time I have an issue with the lyrics goes back to Juvenile Freestyle, where it's just, he's just basically flaunting like as if it's a new Toronto tape, and like, dude, it's a Chixtape. We came here for R&B, not for that. That's how I feel. So, fuck your feelings. If you feel offensive, but if you think different, that's cool. I ain't tripping. Track number 10, Walked Out. Yes, sir.
Everything's clear.
I think this is contradictory because I just said about the previous track how I feel like it's just adding 808s and hi-hat. But this track I feel different because I feel like they used the best part of the samples, you know what I mean? And it just made the song interesting. You know what I mean? Like, and plus, here's the thing. Like, You Got It Bad is not a bad song, but there isn't that much into the song itself, you know? Like, you got the guitar and you got the little space out thing. So it gives them, like, here's the thing. It's like, if they would have added different more melodies on it, like how they did with Say My Name when they added the synths in as the chords, I think maybe they could have made that song much more interesting to listen to. But for me, it feels bland. Here, it's just like they picked the best part of this song with the harp, and they just sampled that and they played that throughout the whole time. You don't hear them sing unless Tory and Play have like certain certain words played out, like how they said when Tory was like on the second verse, she'll come back to me, kind of like that. But either way though, like they had it throughout the whole verse, just the harp, and then they would have that playback over again, and that's a perfect chop sample. And then when it comes to the verse, then you hear Jagged Edge coming in, and you hear them sing in the background, and then they do it again for the second verse. Dope as hell. Now, I used to complain a lot that this song was too short, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if they can do this song better than the way it is right now. I don't know, but they could prove me wrong. If they were to fix, do some crazy shit to the sample where they warp it, whatever, for the third verse, and came in and did that shit, and then let's say they ended on that mark, and maybe it could have been like 3 minutes 40 seconds at tops, or maybe, yeah, because it's like 2:08 right now. Well, I wouldn't say 3 minutes 40 seconds, but let's say 3 minutes and I don't know, maybe just 3 minutes exactly. If they hit it at that mark, maybe, I don't know. But like, either way, I think I'm always satisfied with this song. Like, I can always put this on repeat and I'll play it like 100 times and I still won't get bored. This is just the best song on this mixtape. It really is, man. Not one bad thing I can say about this song. Just nothing but a bunch of praises, man. Like, Tory's performance on here was solid. He peaked when he needed to peak, which was like at the end, and he kept it, like I said, with his voice, kept it soft, simple, sweet, especially on the hook. The way he was wording them out, so scared, don't know what to do. Like, he was pacing himself, and when he does that, he really manipulates any production to his home field advantage, and that's dope. So that's just how I gotta feel about this song. Dope as hell. Now we're gonna get to track number 11, and this one's titled Save It. I think Tory did put the feature as Ed Sheeran. Either way, I'm gonna give him the credit because Ed Sheeran, this is actually the sample of Ed Sheeran's cover for Say It, which is crazy since Say It was out and it's gonna be part of I Told You. So you can feel like, a full 360 here going on. Since it's going back to Tory, the original artist who made that song. Crazy. This is long as hell. 7 minutes. We'll see.
Tell me you're still popping on the low. You found you somebody and I know. Tell me you need someone for yourself. Tell me you're still popping on the low. 'Cause late night I still dropping on the low. He just took you shopping, girl, I know. Don't let him buy his way up in it. You know that I can't let no nigga get one up on me, no.
Yep, that's it right there.
You know it's just so how good. giving what you gave to me, no. So what I did was whack, but she don't give me back like that, girl, no.
That's what I'm talking about,
I
Tory.
was all the way in it, and my heart was way in it. Now it's hard to stay, and the ride is all gone. Only reason we fucking is cause I know that you love me. And back then you let him get one up on me, girl. I know that it just doesn't cut it. Ain't nothing gon' change you back to the girl I used to fuck with.
Beautiful, man.
Can't believe that you don't let another nigga get what's mine. No. Can't believe that you don't let another nigga get what's mine. What's mine?
Yeah.
Tell me it's still happening on the low. Girl, you got someone that doesn't know. You can have your sex, I got your soul. Woo! Just don't give that to no one else. No.
Nice.
Straight like this tonight before tomorrow. Call me up because the reason why them niggas just can't hit it right. They wasn't blessed with mine. Straight like that. You been saying got a lot, girl. No. So when we fucking a minute, going all the way in it. It's not that my feelings ain't in my pride's just defending. I'm going off, girl. For the nights that you fronted. When you told me you love him, but how could you love him? You know when we fucking, I'm deep in nasty. I drop roses in my blood, 44 from down the way. It's that nigga that you know from down the way. Shawty got somebody else, but that someone isn't me. Now you want expensive sex, girl, that shit just isn't free. I stay loaded up, I stay rolled up in that thing on the low. Girl, you're different, you don't even act the same way no more. Girl, I know you're moving on, I don't want you moving on. Girl, how long have you been gone? What the fuck have you been on?
Yes, sir.
I was all the way in it, and my heart was way in it. Now it's hard to stay, and the ride is all gone. Only reason we fucking is cause I know that you love him. Back then you let him get one up on me, girl. I know that it just doesn't cut it.
Yep.
Ain't nothing gon' change you back to the girl I used to fuck with. Can't believe that you don't let another nigga get what's mine. Can't believe that you don't let another nigga get what's mine. What's mine? You gon' get what's mine, baby. Yeah. How could you?
Down on it, yeah. Love it when you spin around in it, yeah. Even though you know that down on it, yeah. Love it when you spin around in it, yeah. Even though you know that down on it, yeah. Love it when you spin around in it, yeah. Even though you know that down on it, yeah. Love it when you spin around in it, yeah. Even though you know that. Always want you to. You can have to do more.
Yes, sir.
Baby, yeah.
Love it when you spin round in it, yeah, even though you're not down on it, yeah. Love it when you spin round in it, yeah, even though you're not down on it, yeah. Love it when you spin round in it, yeah, even though you're not down on it, yeah. Love it when you spin round in it,
So yeah, Tory once again reminds me. Usually when I see 7 minutes, I'm like, damn. But Tory is probably one of maybe 2 or 3 artists that I listen to that can make a 7-minute song live up to its full potential. I mean, my God. I want to say this is his best song on this mixtape, but like, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's just, look, I will explain to you everything. Every fucking thing. So that way you don't get confused. But we're going to get one more track. And this is honestly, in my opinion, the most forgettable track on this damn mixtape. I always ignore this track because after Save It, that was it. It should have been done right then and there. That's it. So to me, this song is just a useless placement. I mean, I don't know why it's there. So if you think about it, you take out Juvenile Freestyle and Keisha, you have 10 tracks. And I think, you know what? Fuck it. Should have left it like that, Tory. 10 tracks would have been perfect. End it right there with Save It. We're good.
You did me wrong, Keisha. All I ever wanted was a little piece of your time.
Well, actually, never mind. I take that back.
Oh, Keisha. Did me wrong now. And you know you did.
Yes, sir.
God didn't make this time for us to waste it. Maybe he just made this time and gave to us to face it. Maybe he just gave you dreams, girl, so you can chase it. Maybe he just gave you me, girl, so you ain't basic. Maybe you got some problems you need attention. Maybe you got it obvious, you got issues. Maybe you need to keep it real with yourself instead of riding around in that black 952 with the tints on the windows. Hope you know I can see what you window when you're driving by, watching eye to eye. I know you see it. Fool Keisha, you know you did it. This love, girl, you know you quit it. It's over, I know it's over.
It's over, man.
Just 1 minute you down, and you committed. Next thing you down, and you don't get it. I ain't only you down, on love. Unless you're down, on love. Just 1 minute you down, and you committed. Next thing you down, and you don't get it. I ain't only you down, on love. Unless you're down, on love.
Oh my God. Okay, so everyone can relate to this moment. Have you ever had this moment where you hear a song, you don't really fuck with the production, but the artist killed it on the production, so like you want to still pay respect to it, but you're like, fuck this sample. I just hate this fucking sample, bro. I just do. I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, it's a good song. 1 minute you're down, and you committed. Minute you're down, and you don't get it. Man, bruh. This is textbook Tory Lanez singing. Like, that's just textbook, man. Like, just another classic. I love the way he sings it on here. Smooth, simple. Like, this is where I'm like, nobody can touch him. If Tory sings like this, Trey comes in, gives his A game. August comes in, gives his A game. Just naming a few people. Jack Weeze comes in, give his A game. I don't think they can touch Tory. This is Tory on his A game. Singing? I'm sorry. Well, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I really want to see. I want to see Tory sing like this and Trey Songz sing like the way he sings on a song together. When I get that, that's when I think I'll get the true Trey Songz, Tory Lanez collaboration that I've been waiting on for a minute. So I got Swing, Tory singing with that new Toronto flow. I got that wristwatch. And then that one song with Ty Dolla $ign too. But it's like, it was too short of a performance. But I'm still waiting for that true Trey Songz, Tory Lanez performance. But look, this is Tory Lanez at his best. Singing wise, this is where he really masters everything. And I love Chixtape 1. And I feel like his raw vocals are there. But like, he was still in a process of really trying to find his lane as a singer. But I still think like, when he's smooth like this and he puts emotions into it, it's game over. You know what? I'm confused, so fuck it. Just know this, that I like Tory's vocal performance on this song, but everything else I don't really fuck with. That's it. I just don't fuck with this beat. It's just annoying and it sounds weird. It sounds like it's a backwards timestamp of a Weeknd song, but it feels just weird. I don't fuck with it. I just don't like it at all. But fuck, Tory was clean on that performance, man. Alright, cool. So I got enough time. Alright, this concludes Chixtape 3. I will see you on the next video and give you guys my true final thoughts of Chixtape 3. And then, like I said, I'll explain everything so you guys understand. So don't jump the gun and be in the comment section all like mad and shit. Just let me explain everything to y'all. If you made it to this point, let me explain. Alright? And I'll give you guys a catalog of my personal highlights. I got it written down all right here. So it'll go smooth. Maybe about less than 10 minutes. Alright? Deuces. See you on the next vid.